Hi guys, this is Breaker, and I'm back with another replay that I took from the front page of drop.sc. Not really what I guess you could call the front page of drop.sc, but kind of close enough. Looks like my XSplit kind of got a hiccup there, but let's go ahead and upload, or excuse me, not upload this replay, but go ahead and get right into it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just tell you guys right now, I thought this one would be interesting among all the others because I believe there was some part of this that made me believe that it was played on the Korean server. It might have simply been the fact that I saw Korean text at some point or another, and arg, this is annoying. I cannot get this. Okay. Well, I can't get the replay timeline to go away just yet. I'm hitting shift though, and nothing's happening. Hold on. Oopsie. That wasn't supposed to happen. There we go. Fixed it. Now, in the lower left-hand corner, spawning is our red Protoss. I give you all my insanity Stardust. Yes, the recent DreamHack winner. And the kind of, I guess you could say, lay low Korean champion who basically raffle stomped everyone and their mother there. It was just, I'm pretty surprised that Hyun didn't come out on top in that tournament. He's one of my favorites. He's a very strong Zerg at that. And he just does things that I think nobody else really does. But in the upper right-hand corner, spawning is our green our green Zerg. It's just a barcode. I wish I had more legacy to give you, bro, but all I know is that you know how to say, have fun, yo, and that's about it. Of course, the map that we are on right now is relatively small. We're talking about Neoplanet S. According to Axel Toss, possibly the smallest map in the map pool. So we could just leave it at that. But presently, all we can tell from Stardust is that he's going to try and go with what appears to be a Forge Fast Expand opener. At least that's what it has the tempo of, considering there is a pylon here. I'm talking about the map just a little bit. This choke is relatively small. Relatively. For Protoss, it's actually no trouble to go ahead and throw down a Forge, a Gateway, maybe a Pylon, and then a Cannon here, but again, I want to say that this is probably one of the most narrow chokes that I've seen for a natural expansion. Excuse me, the most narrow entrance to a natural expansion I've seen in a while. And it looks as though our Zerg is going to be going for the 14-15 pool and the 16 hatch. Safe opener, yet economic. Greedy-ish, if you will. And we have a Forge going down now as predicted for mYi Stardust. And we're going to see how this game unfolds. A little intro to the caster that you guys are listening to right now. I'm hoping that maybe if you guys Google searched Stardust, mYi Stardust, you would perhaps find this video. And maybe learn a teeny bit about me, what I do for the esports scene and things of that nature. I actually cater to the scenes that nobody else wants to do because it involves waking up at, say, 4:30 in the morning on a regular basis, or in my case, just 6 a.m. I cover the Chinese scene as well as the Taiwan scene. We're talking TESL, Taiwan Esports League, which is basically the one league that actually houses Sen. They did take Fnatic Sase in for a couple of weeks. They also took in Startail Miss, if you guys remember that pro female player from China, as well as Startail Aphrodite. Damn that Zoe Davina Cup. Like everyone, I think everyone in the Chinese-speaking diaspora was basically rooting for, you know, Miss to win that. Both from mainland China and from Taiwan, they were basically hoping for Startail Miss to come out on top of that, and I admit I myself was as well. Especially seeing her taking that second game, that was just amazing performance. Fourth game, I think she could have at least held on a little bit longer. It came down to positioning, and I think she was nervous at some point. But I do casting for the TESL. I also do casting for the Asia Starcraft League. Things of that nature. Basically, just the stuff that you guys have probably never heard of before. And if not, maybe you guys live on the other side of the planet, conveniently within the proper geography, where you may just have heard about it. Stargate follow-up, transition, Stargate opener, if you will, from Stardust coming underway. And he's got a Zealot just kind of walking his way around, and it looks like we're gonna ring around the golden mineral patch to get a proxy pylon up somewhere around here for Stardust. I'm gonna bit confused as to what he's trying to do. We only have one gateway. He's got a Stargate. It's rallied out to kill this Overlord. Actually, no, the Stalker is. What is this Overlord going to see here? Is he going to see any pylons? If he sees the pylon, maybe he'll be inclined to swing a little bit more to the right. But, it's just, he's so close! Arg! Does he see it? Is he going to see it? He sees it, he sees it, he sees it. And our barcode Zerg did not see that. That's actually quite critical. Okay, so perhaps with this forward zealot pressure and the probe that's coming out, he's going to think that maybe this is going to be some kind of a 3-gate, 4-gate forward pressure into some other kind of transition, most likely Stargate, but instead, for our purposes, it is actually going to be Stargate with a Void Ray coming out of it. Interesting choice of Void Ray. A lot of players these days would choose, I think, Phoenixes to basically discourage Mutaplay in the late game, but Stardust has a plan with this, and the question is, what is that plan? If he can just get that Queen down to a couple more shots, I think, you know what? No, Stardust has this perfectly accounted for. He knows that this Void Ray 1-for-1 can now kill this Queen and then get out of there. Prismatic alignment really doesn't matter. I don't see why he's activated that. You know, the champion at DreamHack Summer Arena, and he makes a teeny little mistake like that. It could actually do much more damage to, say, the hatchery than it could anything else, but it looks like he has almost uncontested damage going down here. And there it is. I think maybe this is just something that's just his style. We had another Void Ray, I think, just finish up perhaps a moment ago. Yes, not too long ago. There it is. And we also have a third one on the way. It's being chronoed out as we speak. And this Void Ray, it looks like he's going to have free reign over these Overlords. No, perhaps not. Oh, he's got to be really careful with that. Meanwhile, it looks like we have a wave of Zealots and a Void Ray coming in here to the third. The Queens have to be absolutely immaculate with their micro. There's a few Roaches on the way, and they'll be able to take care of the Zealots. There's a lot in the way of static coming down here. A Spore Crawler as well as a Spine Crawler. Prismatic alignment is on cooldown for another 15 seconds on this one Void Ray. And it looks like we're going to have maybe these Queens try to help hold the ground here, but inevitably that Spore Crawler falls. Micro not quite what it needs to be for our Zerg to hold, but he's cranking out a lot of units to deal with this. The Void Ray is just absolutely raking in worker kills right now. How many killed to this point? 9. And it looks like these Roaches are actually being absolutely annihilated by our Protoss in the sky. And how much longer can our Zerg hold on in this game? He's up in supply. I'm thinking this is not an all-in. It could be a shot at getting the third base and then just going back home for Stardust. We do see a Congo line of drones heading back to the natural. The main, I want to say, adequately saturated. It looks like both these Voiders are going to try and try their luck on that Queen. Our barcode knows he's going to lose it, so he just puts an inject down, and it looks as though this could be converted into an all-in. Yes, it is. Look at all the gateways. Another Void Ray coming in behind all this, and as long as the Void Ray numbers stay high, we could see our Protoss in a position to hold. Speaking of the micro here with these Void Rays, that one down to the last shot. Shields regenerating on it presently. I think we're going to see this stabilize in favor of our green Zerg. Maybe just a teeny bit, but Stardust, just that control, man. That control. Both players just kind of poking back and forth. Sentry's now on the way. That's not a good thing for our Zerg. That definitely isn't. Like, this could actually cause some game-ending damage if the force fields are just far too beautiful. And it looks like we're going to have some Lings just chasing this down a teeny bit, tricking up those force fields. Beautiful maneuver by our green Zerg. But he still has a couple more, no, 3 more force fields to burn on his opponent as a whole. Third getting just a teeny bit resaturated. The Queens together with the main army. Void Ray still coming out from our Protoss as well. So we're going to have to see some more Queens come into the mix to really maximize this engagement. If not, we'll just see basically the ground army perhaps click down those Queens. And oh man, that prismatic alignment has been activated. Misclicked, actually targeted down an egg, not the hatchery itself. And this is looking like it's going to be a 6 around. It is! The force fields, though, are separating the Roaches, not allowing them to get that arc in to actually attack this Protoss death ball, if you will. And it looks like now we've got a a bunch of queens, more than an adequate number to Raffle Stomp the Void Rays, but we just have to see, again, adequate positioning come down for our Zerg. Creep Tumor not advancing forward at all, and A moves going left and right for our Zerg. A couple of roaches kind of get picked off there just a teeny bit, and it looks like the queens are going to be able to assert just a little bit in the way of ground hegemony here. But just as I say that, force fields go down, separating the roaches, and that could have been a misstep. The supply is just so painfully even for both players right now. I don't know what to make of this, but as it seems right now, Stardust is inching his way forward, targeting down the queens one at a time, mistransfuse on one of those queens, and it looks like, I think, this could go just a little bit either way. The transfuse is going down again both ways, but the queen's not able to get their attacks in on those Void Rays, and as long as they have their prismatic alignment, they're going to be able to dish out extra damage on those roaches. The drone's being pulled right now from the natural. The drone's still on the third for the time being right now, and it looks like slowly but surely we're going to have Stardust prevailing over this main army. This is one of the most painstaking exchanges I've seen today, ladies and gentlemen. All the Void Rays are going to fall, I think, as long as we see immaculate control by our Zerg, but that's it. All of it was brought to a screeching halt by Stardust's just beautiful control with his ground army. Now, if you guys liked what you saw here today, just go ahead and click on the subscribe button. This is Breaker. I'll see you guys next time. And watch for my live casts on teamliquid.net. That would be from twitch.tv/ESL Taiwan, or just ESL Taiwan on the front page of teamliquid.net. Catch you guys later.